The first form we're going to talk about is the HIPAA Agreement and Confidentiality Notice. So what is HIPAA? HIPAA actually stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This was a law that was put into place in 1996. It was put into place at the time of the boom of the internet and when we all started using computers more. Well, that transferred over to healthcare, and we started using computers to keep track of patients' information and email to share information. Congress decided that there needed to be parameters on what information should people have and how should they share it and who can they share it between. And that's how we got HIPAA. So as a medical facility, dental offices are required to make sure patients' information is protected and shared appropriately. There's 4 different components of HIPAA that we need to talk about. The first one is the privacy rule. The privacy rule establishes what PHI, or protected health information, includes, and let's talk about that. So health information, PHI, is anything that can be an identifier appearing in the medical record. This can include a birth date, full name, insurance information, address, anything like that. It also can include conversations between medical providers and medical staff. So just by being in our office, you're going to be exposed to PHI. So it's important that you realize that this information cannot be shared. Even if you see a neighbor or friend or somebody that you know, what you see at Dentaltown stays at Dentaltown. So even if you know what's going on with their mouth, later on you can't bring it up or share it with your family or friends at home. And this goes for myself. I have close neighbors that I've been taking care of their teeth for a long time, but if I see them out in the neighborhood, I don't even bring up their mouth or anything about their teeth because I recognize, based off of HIPAA, that's not appropriate. So when you're here, please remember that even if it's people you know, you're going to leave the information that you see here. So that's the privacy rule and PHI. Security rule. The security rule of HIPAA has to do with laying out security measures that stop the inappropriate sharing of PHI. So for you as an intern or a shadowing student, one of our things is you're not going to be allowed to be on a computer, okay? If you're seen on one of our computers, you're actually going to be asked to leave and you won't get to come back. So there's just a lot of PHI and information on those computers. And while you're here, it is a visual and verbal learning opportunity. You don't need to be on our computers for this experience. And so we ask and are informing you that that is not allowed while you're here. Another part of HIPAA is the breach notification rule. This has to do with requirements that are in place if there is a breach or inappropriate sharing of PHI. The fourth one is the omnibus rule. The omnibus rule is an extension of the HIPAA obligations to business associates and subcontractors. It also expands on the patient's rights. So those are the 4 parts of HIPAA that you need to know about, and also realizing that while you're here, what you see needs to stay here, and please stay off our computers so that way you can have an enjoyable time and get to come back and spend more time with us. The second part of that form has to do with confidentiality. Dentaltown is a business, and we have our ways of trying to keep a competitive edge in our industry. So we are asking that when you're here, please respect all the information that you acquire as confidential information. That includes pricing, methodology, and a whole bunch of other things listed on that page. So please, just while you're here, respect that this is the Dentaltown way, and we want to keep that our own little secret. All right, well, I hope you guys, we have covered the information you need to know about HIPAA and about the confidentiality notice, and you can go ahead and sign that form.